Good morning, everybody. Johnny B. Good here. All right, let's begin this beautiful day with a beautiful verse of the Lord. He kept the path of judgment and preserved the way of his saints. Amen to that. All right, let's see. We are still here and we're about to leave. As far as this trip goes, we are going to take this route right here. That is our route for today. And how many miles is it? 874 miles. So we better get going. Alright, system check. Camera 1, check. Camera 2, check. Camera 3, check. Auxiliary 4, check. There we go. Alright, hang on tight. Holy smokies, there's flies out here now. My wife tells me that the weather in Sheboygan is just rain. Yesterday it was freezing rain. But it's actually kind of warm out here today. Alright, let's see what the temperature is. Sheboygan is at 34 degrees. Mount Crawford 58 degrees. Holy smokies, that is so beautiful. That is so cool. Alright, let's see. I actually did film the changing of the tires yesterday and brakes, but the shop manager caught me and says there are no more videoing allowed here. He was pretty nice about it. He just told me that I couldn't do that anymore. A new policy, I guess he said. So even though I still have the file, I can't post it. I gotta respect the guy's, request and don't want him to get in trouble. By the way, a special shout out to Big Stick. There's a name for you. Big Stick And Big Bill Gaming. What's with all the big today? Big deal. Come on, Mr. Flatbed. My load is bigger than yours, although yours is probably heavier. I think there's some changes going on. Originally, as I mentioned earlier, this load appointment is supposed to deliver tonight at 10 p.m. But obviously we're not going to make that. So they might have changed the appointment at Thursday at 10 p.m. 24 hours later. Question is, I have a ear doctor appointment, or not an ear doctor, but an audiology. I'm gonna get me a pair of brand new hearing aids. My appointment for that is 9 a.m. Thursday. So either my boss is going to have them to change that appointment to Thursday, preferably around 2 a.m. That way I can deliver the load, then go home and still make it for my doctor's appointment. Or probably, which is, I don't like this scenario, is that I go home tomorrow do my appointment on Thursday at 9 a.m. all day Thursday, and then just be in Madison, which is about 800 miles, and deliver Thursday night at 10 p.m. then go home. I don't like that idea, because when I want to go home, I don't want to go out anymore. You know what I mean? I want to go home and stay home. But that's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is if I was to go home from here, that's an extra 200 miles out of route. And somebody has to pay for that fuel. Imagine I go home just to get my appointment and then had to deliver the load and then come back for my home time. That's a lot of money wasted, right? So who knows? But for now, here's what we know. It's a beautiful day. It's an absolutely beautiful, stunning, sunny day. So let's sit back, relax, and enjoy it. By the way, have you guys figured out how you're gonna do your contest? I haven't really ironed that out. It seems like a very complicated contest to implement. Oh, who's who's got the most first comment and the first thumbs up. So what I think I'm gonna end up doing is I'm just gonna take make a video, then you guys can submit your name, then I'll write those names down, put it in a bucket, and randomly pull it out, whoever wins and that kind of stuff, because I just don't know how to implement the winners, who the winners are. Oh man, baby blue be running like a Swiss clock today. Woo. Yesterday's experience driving Sky, having that the warning lights and buzzers and lane depart and all that mumbo jumbo junk, I am not all convinced that I want that truck or a newer truck, because from what I understand, all new trucks has those features, and more importantly, I don't think you could turn those things off. And one of you commented that if those buzzers were to go off every time I touch the zipper or the yellow line or the white line, those things will drive you nuts and drive me nuts. And then also, if I remember correctly, that was exactly the same comment you guys had with Miss Blue. Remember? Miss Blue had that lane depart garbage. And so yeah, why get a brand spanking new truck? Why not use that money and fix this truck properly? If you were the owner, or if you were me, what would you do? Spend a whole lot of money for a brand new truck that's gonna break down anyway, or just get the right amount of money and just really fix this truck, give it to baby blue? Bryan Adams used to be my favorite singers back in the 80s. Isn't Bryan Adams Canadian? But this Bryan Adams, I think, is from Kentucky. I bet you guys have totally the opposite music style. Bryan Adams, the bluegrass country boy. The other Bryan Adams had the 80s. As I mentioned earlier, when I got Baby Blue back out of the shop, I was on my way down to Mount Crawford. I barely made it. In fact, I was so tired, I saw a blue sign and thinking it was a rest area, so I started to slow down and try to pull over, only to find out it wasn't even a rest area. And get this, I was so distraught and disappointed with that I kept on going, and my tiredness, sleepiness just disappeared. I got my second win just because of that. Isn't that amazing how that happens? I don't know how that works. From complete, very, very tired to nothing. Wide awake. Absolutely weird. By the way, a special mention and shout out to Larry, not Larry, Intermodal Trucker. Larry, thank you for your donation. Thank you for giving me the funds to go home to the Philippines. I really appreciate that, Larry. Thank you. Speaking of going home to the Philippines, I'm just gonna talk about this like you guys haven't heard it, because I realize there's a lot of you that are new to the channel. So for those of you who are been here and heard this, kind of just bear with me, okay? August 8 or 9, I am going back home to the Philippines. Well, let's start over. Let's say I was born and raised in the Philippines, and I haven't been home since 2018. And so my unofficially adopted brother has invited me to his wedding, which will be August 18 in Cagayan de Oro City. So I'm going home for that, and for a while there, a few of you out there have sent in donations for me to help me out getting home. And so anyway, that's the plan. Now, I was talking to my brother this last night, and his goal for his wedding expenses is somewhere around 100,000 pesos. That's about $2,000, and he's having a really hard time coming up with that money. He's been raising it as hard as he can, and there's always that emergency. Family members ends up in the hospital, and you know how that goes, right? You try to save money and something always comes up. Well, he's in that predicament right now. So I was thinking, if on his behalf, do you guys want to help him out and maybe send him some funds for that wedding? I mean, 100,000 peso is a very, it wouldn't be a luxury wedding, but it certainly be not an ordinary going to court wedding. And that would be a big deal over there. You could do a lot for 100,000 peso. But for us here, $2,000 wedding, that's, what can you do with a $2,000 wedding? So what I'm getting at is, if you guys have the heart and the urge to help him, let me know. You can send in your donations to my PO Box, which is JBG Travels PO Box 1193, Sheboygan, Wisconsin 53083 or 82, or you can just find that address in the description box. Please do not make out your check to JBG Travels. I will not be able to cash that check. Make it out to either cashier's check or a gift card, Walmart gift card, or write it to my real name, which is John T as in Tom Vollrath, Vollrath. If you guys want to help him out, fulfill that once in a lifetime dream, that would be so cool. And by the way, speaking of my brother, I plan, when I go home to the Philippines, I plan to give him a new Sony camera, a tablet, and possibly a very small motorcycle, so he can do videos from the Philippines, of the Philippines, and all those beautiful islands out there. And I'm thinking that he can contribute to the JBG Travels video. I would imagine some of you would really like that idea instead of just my content all the time. I thought, why not? I've actually touched base with this a few years ago. I had this idea that I have many friends around the world. What would happen if I give them cameras and they can do their, they can do some videos once in a while and post it on my channel for all of us to see and watch. I thought it would be interesting, kind of like a news organization. They have people from around the world that covers news. Well, in this case, why not adopt that model, but instead of news, places that you and I will never see or never go. So let me know about what your opinion about those two separate matters. First, the donation for his wedding, and second topic is, what do you think about that idea of me giving him and others cameras so they can post their videos on this channel? Let me know your thoughts. Put it in a comment, and don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. And please don't forget to hit that bell button. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Have a good and godly day, everyone. Gotta be good here. Peace.